World events in Sea of Thieves. They're probably the most fun things to do and some of the best ways to make money. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about all the world events, some of the best ones, and the best ways to beat them. So first of all, you have the original, the basic skeleton forts. Now, skeleton forts are marked with this cloud in the sky. It's basically just a normal grey skull, no glowing eyes or anything, just very basic. These are okay. You can dive to them now in raid voyages, so you can dive to them, I think when you're level 40 or above, and get specialised loot for either the Order of Souls, Athena's Fortune, the Gold Hoarders, or the Merchant Alliance, but they will still spawn occasionally as random world events. Now, they're pretty decent. I think they're all right. They give you decent rewards, but compared to some of the later ones, they're not that worth it. I would recommend doing the faction-specific ones, but if you see one in the sky, I wouldn't particularly recommend it. It's 15 waves of just normal skeletons, followed by a final boss fight with a skeleton lord. It's pretty simple, very easy done as solo or with two people, and yeah, I think it's good, but compared to the other world events, I don't think it holds up as well, but still definitely worth doing. So the next world event is the Ashen Fort or Forts of Fortune. The cloud in the sky looks like this. And I think overall, it is a brilliant world event. This is one of my favourite world events to do. It is very similar to the normal skeleton fort that I just mentioned. It has the same waves. However, an Ashen Key and an Ashen Chessmaster will spawn at the end of the waves. And finally, instead of a skeleton lord, there is a improved and better Ashen Lord, as you can see right now. Now, these are so fun. The fight is very fun, and you also get better rewards. You get an Ashen Windskull from beating the Ashen Lord. But the rewards, the loot is just so much better. You get such good loot. You get a Chest of Legends, and you get so much, just really, really good loot. You can't dive to these. Like the earlier skeleton forts, you'll only be able to find them in the sky, but they are so fun and so rewarding. I really enjoy them. A little guide on how to beat this fort and the fort before is bring firebombs. Firebombs are probably the best way to just wipe a skeleton wave out instantly, or if they have a gunpowder skeleton, just blow the gunpowder skeleton up. There you go, that's a wave cleared. And so these can be done very easily, kind of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, very, very fun, very easy, and you get very good rewards from them. Next, you have skeleton fleets. Now, I'm a bit on the fence with skeleton fleets. So first of all, as you can see in this clip here, you can just get a single skeleton ship spawn on you. This isn't a world event. This is like a random event like a Meg or a Kraken, and I'll probably make a video on them later. But skeleton fleets, I just don't think are worth it. So they're shown by this cloud in the sky here. And there's also another one, a new one. I think it's called the Fleets of Fortune, which is shown with this one here. And the Fleets of Fortune do give you marginally better rewards. I just don't think they're worth the grind. You've got to fight quite a few very difficult waves of skeleton ships. You can do this solo, and you can do this as a 2. It is a bit tougher, but yeah, it is very possible, and I think it's very fun. First of all, I will say this is a very, very fun way. So if you're higher level, yeah, definitely recommend doing this just for fun, I guess. But the loot isn't great. From the original skeleton fleets, you get, I believe, shipwreck chests. I've forgotten I think it's called skeleton captain chests, and you get skeleton captain skulls, which are all right, but they don't sell for too much, and it's just not worth the grind overall. It's really not, especially because obviously, it will absolutely waste your resources. So another ship could come over, maybe sink you when you're weak. And the Fleets of Fortune are kind of just a bit of an upgraded version, but they're still not that good. They're all right. You get the Chest of Fortune, which is amazing. So I would recommend doing this if you're a commendation hunter, but if you're new, yeah, definitely don't. You also, by the way, you can dive to the normal skeleton fleets and then get personalized loot for Athena, Order of Souls, Gold Hoarders, Merchant, those 4. So it's, it's okay. It's fun, but it's just not worth it loot-wise, in my opinion. The best way to do this, really, there's no real specific guide I can give on how to beat these. You've just got to be decent at ship combat. Probably is best to have 2 people if you're doing it with a sloop. You have one guy bucketing and steering, and you have one person on cannons, and it works pretty well because you can just outmaneuver them. They don't take too many cannonballs to sink, so it's it's all right. As I said, it's fun. It's just not very good. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're a new player. The 4th world event is the Ashen Winds. Now, you can dive to the Ashen Winds first of all, and as I said, get personalised loot for the Merchant Alliance, the Order of Souls, Athena's Fortune, and the Gold Hoarders. I would say this is probably the best one to dive to if you're doing the dive raid voyages. This is probably the best one. So simple, so easy. Maybe it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Very easy solo, very easy to duo. And you get good rewards, but you get very good rewards for all of the factions. So yeah, definitely worth it. This is what they look like, by the way. This is what they look like in the sky. But you probably won't be going to these much. If you do these, you'll probably be doing the dive raid voyages. I probably wouldn't recommend doing the actual world event. What it is basically is you're fighting an Ashen Lord. So the Ashen Lord that you fight in the Forts of Fortune, you just fight on their own here. They are a little bit tougher, but that's about it. They're not too hard to kill, honestly. You shouldn't have any problems dealing with them. So I think, yeah, this is a very good ward event. I think it's probably much better as a dive event, so probably don't do this if you see it in the sky. But yeah, it's decent overall, and it is fun, so got a plus there. Now, a quick guide on how to beat these. Basically, they have quite a few different attacks. So they breathe fire, which is really annoying. Just stay back when they do that. They have one when they chuck a rock at you, doesn't do too much damage. They do a charge-up attack where they send you flying backwards. But honestly, most of the attacks aren't too dangerous. The final wave is annoying, so I would definitely recommend hiding during the final wave, because in the final wave, they kind of bring down a meteor strike on you. Definitely find cover and don't attack them while they're doing that. They also have a period where they drop to one knee, which basically just means they can't fight you, and you can get as many free shots in as you'd like. Not too tough to fight, so yeah, just treat it as a normal skeleton, but stay back when you see them doing an attack. Now, the next ward event is kind of an X-ward event. This is the Burning Blade. So the Burning Blade was shown by Flameheart's massive head, his massive cranium in the sky, as shown here. But now what the Ghost Fleets are basically just raid voyages. You can dive to the Ghost Fleets, and you can also dive to the Burning Blade Armada and fight them whenever you want. Here's my thoughts on them. They are super fun. They're some of my favourite battles to do. It's only about I think it is exactly 3 cannonballs to sink each ship. Apart from obviously the final ship, the final boss ship takes about 10 or 11 cannonballs. But this is so simple as a duo, and even as a solo. It's really simple, and it's super, super fun. As you can see, I'm doing it solo here, pretty simply, pretty easily. However, the rewards are not good. You get, I think, 2 skulls, 2 ghost skulls and 2 ghost captain skulls, which are good for commendations, but just not good overall. It's not good. I'll be totally honest with you. It isn't good. It's not a good event for awards, but it's really fun. So again, if you want to practice your PvE and your ship combat, this is probably the best way to do it. You can just sail around these ships, taking pot shots, going out when you need, coming back in. It's really, really fun, and it's really good training, but the rewards are not good, so don't go into them expecting good rewards. Now, the last 2 I'm going to talk about are kind of a little different, because they're technically world events, but they can only be started by the player. So first of all, the Fort of the Damned, as shown here. This is the cloud in the sky. And, well, okay, this is brilliant, by the way. I just want to say this is a brilliant event, but it does mark you on the map, and you will get attacked. People will come to you, so don't do this unless you're a pretty experienced player, or in an alliance, or on a big ship, because people are going to attack you, because this is very valuable. You get exceptionally good loot. I think the loot's amazing. It is very tough. It was hard to start, but now with all the new skulls and everything, it's very easy to start. I'm not going to give a guide in this video because it's kind of a separate world event, because I said it's instanced. But yeah, no, I would definitely recommend doing it. It's very fun, but it is challenging. But it does give the best rewards, so yeah, take those as you will. And the other one is the Legend of the Veil, which is kind of similar in the respect that only the player can start it. The only way you can do this is by being a Pirate Legend and starting the Legend of the Veil voyage. I don't even need to give a guide, really. If you're Pirate Legend, you're probably pretty decent at the game. Legend of the Veil is super, super fun, but it's more of a voyage rather than a world event. But there is this massive cloud in the sky, which looks like this. Very similar to the Ashen Winds one. Great reward. If you see that, I recommend going to it, because you do get good rewards. But probably not good enough rewards to warrant the risk, in my opinion. But anyway, that's pretty much all the world events that you can do in the game. That's literally it. Oh, and finally, if you do see a Davy Jones cloud in the sky, which looks like this, then this isn't a proper world event. This is a tall tale, effectively. It's part of Pirate's Life Tall Tale. So I'd leave them alone if they're doing it. You don't actually get good rewards. You only get good rewards kind of inside the tale itself. As a little side note, I do think that world events are the most fun thing to do in Sea of Thieves, and definitely the best way to level up. And now the fact you can start a lot of them, like forts and fleets, just by yourself, just by starting the raid voyages on your captain table, I think they're made so much more fun and so much more accessible, because obviously you have to wait a lot for world events to spawn in, because they only happen every kind of 20, 30, 40 minutes, or until someone beats them. So I think they're really, really fun. I think they're super fun. They're super good for getting loot. Some are better at getting loot, and some are more fun. I think if you want to look at the best balance between fun and good loot, I would definitely say the Forts of Fortune, or the Ashen Forts. They're so good. They're super fun, and you get great loot from them. But anyway, that's pretty much all the world events that you can do in the game. That's literally it. Oh, and finally, if you do see a Davy Jones cloud in the sky, which looks like this isn't really a world event. This is just a Tall Tale event, so kind of leave them alone, in my opinion. But yeah, That's World Events and Sea of Thieves. I hope this helped you. I hope this was informative. And yeah, I'm going to try and make more videos like this. I was on holiday, so I couldn't make videos last week. But I'm going to start uploading again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.